Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Double Lung Pod. As always, the Guillotine, Rambo, and a very special guest. Oh my God, Guillotine dying over there.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Seth, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yeah, joining us tonight is Travis Melrath, the master of, I don't know.
Disaster.
Yeah. I was going to say something else, but I was
okay,
like,
guys.
Let me not start us off that way. So, either of you guys get out tonight?
No, I did not.
So, tonight we had this fucking beautiful, just perfect weather, man. And none of us got out because we're a bunch of fucking losers. That sucks. Did you get out in the morning?
No, I did not. I had to work. You know, I was the only HVAC guy available to work, so I had to work today. Unfortunately.
What are you going to do? So, Travis, for the listeners who don't know who you are, you're an HVAC technician?
Yes, I am an HVAC mechanic.
Okay. You're an avid outdoorsman, I assume. You got.
Yes.
It looks like you have. What is that tattoo?
The Real Tree Outdoors logo on my arm.
We all got shouty hats.
Just a bunch of white trash.
Oh, who cares? We're living in Ceciltucky. That's why I have Ceciltucky Waterfowl and Whitetail LLC.
Hell yeah.
That's Travis's company.
Yep.
Yeah, and offers lots of services. Give him a message on the gram.
Anything you guys want, Pro Stay with Analogic Outdoors and Gator Cooler Company out of Louisiana and stuff like that. So if you guys need something, please let me know.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
take some free stuff.
Free, yeah. I don't want to pay for anything.
I'll pay for it, but I'll give you guys what
Awesome.
I got.
Sick,
Yeah,
sick.
sick there.
So, Travis, I got a little, basically a gauntlet I would like to put our first-time guests on.
Sure.
It's basically, I got a bunch of questions I like to ask.
Sure.
And I'm just going to rip them off to you.
Go ahead.
You answer them however you please.
Is this a speed round kind of thing, or you just?
It don't have to be a speed round. Try to
Okay.
keep that mic close to your...
no problem. No
close to
problem.
the-
Yeah.
Just a tip.
Yep, just a tip. That's all we need.
All right. How'd you get into hunting?
About 10. I've been hunting 23 years ago. My dad first introduced me to it when I was 10. And I've been hooked ever since. And then I was in deer hunting for a while. And then got into waterfowl when I was about 14, and I haven't looked back.
Hell yeah. Do you have a favorite rifle?
I like the 270.
Fixed or mechanical broadheads?
Well, the Mr. Gauntlet turned me on to the Sever broadhead, so I like the mechanical one.
They are sick.
They are nice.
If you could only hunt one day in a year for whitetail, what day out of the year would it be?
That's a tough one. I would say Halloween of October.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good
is
one.
that we might have had that one before, but that's a
don't
great
think so.
choice.
Yes.
That might be the first.
Yeah, I think
Halloween.
so.
Yeah.
Halloween is awesome.
It is.
There's something about Halloween.
There is,
Yeah.
man. That monster buck that got away from me years
That's
past.
right.
That was Halloween weekend.
That's right.
Yep.
It's just it's when the monsters come out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Monsters come out.
Would you rather be in a stand or a blind?
Preferably be a stand.
Okay. How high do you like to sit in your stand?
12, anywhere between 12 to 18 feet. It all depends.
Okay. A little afraid of heights. That's fine.
I'm a firefighter too, so 105-foot stick in the air doesn't scare me at all, really.
You just like that height.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Field edge, or would you rather be back in the woods?
Field edge, I think.
Okay. If you could only use one forever, would it rather be rattling antlers or grunt tube?
Only one.
You only get to pick one.
I'd probably say rattling.
Right on. Would you rather hunt mornings or evenings?
Evenings.
Hell yeah.
Do you pay attention to the moon at all for whitetail?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Full moon's definitely a big feeding time for them at night, and I usually go right around new moon or somewhere around there.
Gotcha. Would you take a 50-yard shot with a bow?
With the new one pin, yeah, I would definitely take a 50-yard shot if wind is correct.
So the one pin, that's been a game changer.
Yes. Hunting for a long time with astigmatism in my right eye, it pretty much took took me a while to get away from it, but once I did get away from it, going to single pin, it definitely changed my perspective of shooting longer and yardage.
Yeah, John, he's just recently, what was it, about 3 years ago, switched to single pin?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, yeah.
Same for you. You really like it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I swore by the multi-pin forever because I wasn't comfortable changing yardages on a single pin, but once I did, it's no factor.
Yeah. Once I switched, never looked back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
Yeah. Definitely with having astigmatism in your eye. With multi-pin, it definitely blurs a little bit, seeing beyond your target. But having a single pin definitely puts you back on. I feel more comfortable with my shots with a single pin.
That's interesting because, I mean, that's a really common thing for people to have astigmatism. I mean, there's obviously different kinds of stigmatisms. It's like fucking autism. There's, I think it's Down syndrome. There's a bunch of different kinds.
You have nearsighted and farsighted people that would probably use it.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Okay.
That's interesting. I never thought about that aspect of it because I'm farsighted, or I'm nearsighted. So I guess it didn't bother me. But then again, my vision started getting bad after I switched to a single pin. So I maybe it was just I switched before it became an issue. But
you look like a nerd when you go hunting.
I do.
Yes, he does. I've watched him target shoot. He does look like a nerd.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear them at work at all, the glasses, but he definitely brings them out when he's target shooting.
I don't wear safety glasses when I'm using a fucking angle grinder.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need the glasses to fucking deer hunt.
Yeah.
Dude, when I go hunting and I forget my glasses, I'm pissed. I did it. I've done it once this year already, and I was like, motherfucker, because I can see fine, but man, those glasses, dude, they just crispen things up when it gets low light, and it's like, fuck, man.
He goes from 60 yards, and then without his glasses, he goes to 5.
Yeah.
It's a thing. I probably wouldn't take a shot over 30 without my glasses.
Really?
That's common.
Even with good light?
Well, with good light's different, but in a low light condition, nah, man, I don't think I'd shoot anything over 30. Maybe that's why a lot of people are so stuck at that. Get you some glasses because it makes a difference.
When I first was going to start wearing glasses, the biggest thing was getting double vision when looking down through my peep. And I wanted to go to contacts. Couldn't wear contacts because they irritated my eyes, but definitely switching to a single pin with astigmatism definitely improved my shot for a longer distance.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Money being no object, what type of animal would you hunt and where?
I would say an elk out west. A bugle on a big elk, a 7x7 would be ideal.
Yeah, just
And
fucking.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it, guys.
Just jizzing all over.
Oh my gosh!
I seen a video today of a bull and rut just pissing all over himself.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Pretty gross.
It is gross.
It is gross.
They probably smell terrible.
Oh yeah.
It's probably as bad as a hippo like shitting himself and its tail just spins and stuff like that.
Flame
Yeah.
shit everywhere.
But they taste delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, a buck and rut when you just grab a leg.
Oh yeah.
That reeks. Imagine piss all over it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yep. And I like when you get it on you too, because it's not just piss; it's like oil that secretes out of that gland.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just nasty.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep. It's probably 10 times worse than a male dog marking its territory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it is full of bacteria, so you you really do want to avoid touching tarsal glands.
What?
John's like, I've been chewing on it.
Yeah, man.
Gets me. It brings the deer right to me.
Yeah, I just breathe in their face. They're like, oh yeah.
Pumps up the immune system too.
Yeah.
Fuck, COVID never had fucking chance.
Yeah.
Right on, man. So this season, what you got? Any bucks on camera that you got targeted, or what are your goals for the season? You're trying to stack a couple of those, put some meat in the fridge. I got a question for you.
Okay. Because it sounded like a multiple question, and then you stop. Then you're like, hold on, let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Let me slow down.
Okay,
so,
there you go.
As a whitetail hunter, because I know you do a lot of waterfowl, and that might even be your first love, huh? Would you consider yourself more waterfowl or more whitetail, or?
That's tough.
It's like tits or ass.
Yes, right? I mean, kind of like that. Yeah. But waterfowl's got bow hunting has a spot in my heart. like no matter what, that adrenaline, and then there ain't nothing better than, you got sunrise, dusk, you got first light, and you're popping ducks off, man. Something about it gets you hard on.
Hell yeah.
But definitely, I definitely like doing the deer hunting with the bow. Rifle, not so much pumping up, but that's why I did bow for a long time and got into bow, is because of the adrenaline rush that you come for that when you get that close to an animal that you can take.
Absolutely. It's a big difference between, like I've heard, I can't remember who, I can't attribute this quote to the right individual, but some famous hunter was like, it might have even been Fred Bear, but as a bow hunter or as a rifle hunter, your hunt ends at 150, 200 yards. That hunt is over. Mm-hmm. As a bow hunter, that's where your hunt begins. Like it's not even that deer. If it's 150 yards away, it's not even a hunt yet. Like you're just hoping it comes in.
Yeah,
it's got to be so much closer. So it's such a more intimate experience.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. I love rifle too, but it's just something special about archery and being that close to these animals. This morning, I had a basket 8-pointer underneath my stand, literally smelling my tree because it smelled me. It was. I think it was a year and a half old.
Wow.
8-pointer.
Wow, nice.
Imagine
curious.
The potential on this fella in a few years.
Well, he won't make it through rifle.
Right now. Yeah. It's a damn shame. I feel like fucking Oliver Anthony,
It's a damn shame. It's true, though. It's terrible.
What are you
going to do?
So are you targeting bucks, does? What's what do you like to shoot?
I would like to put some meat in the freezer, but I'm always open to that one buck that comes around.
Got anything on camera this year?
Not so far, but it's where I hunt has always been a late season where bucks start to come about.
Gotcha.
They come around probably about, I say, 2 weeks of end of October down through the rut going into November.
Gotcha.
That's
a common thing.
Yeah, normally. The colder it gets, the better it is, especially for the bucks. So.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, God knows we all like a good cold front.
Oh my God, yeah.
Absolutely.
We all missed one tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Every field coming home was just full of deer. Every field full of deer. Every field that normally doesn't have deer in it was fucking full of deer.
Yep.
Because they're just getting ready for this storm coming.
Yep.
All
They'll be
weekend
hunkered
long.
down, and Sunday or Monday will probably be your best bet once everything clears up.
Yeah, I was telling him if it stops at like noon on Sunday, I'm going to be in the woods immediately.
Same here.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you guys.
Yeah, if Lord willing, if that rain stops Sunday, I'm going to get out as soon as it stops. Because it's either going to stop Sunday in time to hunt or not, and then Monday morning I can't really capitalize on it because we all got to fucking work.
Yep.
That's gay.
A bunch of peasants.
Yeah, work.
It's not looking good for Sunday.
No.
Shoot, ain't that some shit?
Ain't that a bitch? So did we talk about on here Rogue's opening October 7th?
I think maybe a little bit touched on it.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Property around here. If we didn't talk about it last week, but sorry if we're repeating ourselves, but Rogue's Harbor usually opens like November 7th, which is awesome because it's the middle of the fucking rut.
Oh, absolutely.
It's opening day. It's unpressured. It's always a great hunt. They changed it this year because they're doing construction up there in Elk Neck State Park. And they're opening it early because they're closing another property. So now it's opening October 7th.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks. So it's not going to be nearly as fucking awesome.
I probably won't go.
Yeah. So check this out. I read this. Well, we'll get to that one because this one I know you and I have talked about. I read this article. And basically the gist of it was every time I find a good deer bedding area, I find balloons nearby. And I thought about it. And I think it's the air current's downdraft that carries the balloons there. And it's the same reason that big bucks want to bed in these areas.
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote that article? Do you remember?
I don't remember now.
Well, anyway, I thought that was really, really interesting because it's like it makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Like I've never considered like a balloon in there, or I've never even noticed it. I mean, but maybe, but it makes perfect sense. And bucks are going to want to lay bed down in an area, especially older, mature whitetail, where they constantly are getting sent. They're constantly being fed. All those downdrafts go into this area. And where would a balloon go once it goes out of air? It would go to those places.
Yeah.
So maybe, in theory, if you see a old fucking Mylar balloon in the woods in March when you're shed hunting, might be a buck bedding.
I hunted over a balloon last Saturday. I didn't see fuck all. So you tell me.
Sounds like a theory. Yep, sure.
Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I saw a little 4-pointer. That was it. So, but in the same area, last Tuesday or Wednesday, I seen a 7-pointer. So.
Okay. Maybe. So it's a buck. At least bucks are frequenting that area.
Yeah.
Is it particular what color it is?
The color of the balloon. It's always about color, huh? No, I thought that was just interesting. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's been around forever. Old timers say that shit too.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, I've heard that my whole life.
Oh, well, fuck me, right?
Well, it's definitely been. It started to become a thing here in the later years. I've seen a lot of articles written about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, this one I don't think you've heard about because it was really boring and it's probably not something most people listen to. But they did this study at the Deer Biology Lab in the University of Georgia. And basically this study showed that buck urine in scrapes will actually trigger, not necessarily trigger, but help speed up the process of does coming into estrus. So see, there's a gland in the roof of deer's mouths that's connected to their limbic system. The limbic system is also referred to as the reptilian brain. And they call it that because reptiles, their brains develop up until that point and then don't develop any further. So they don't really feel emotions or anything like that, but it gives you that sense of fight or flight. It connects like instinct is the limbic system kind of deal. And it's basically an autonomic response for bucks, and it's like Viagra for them.
Ooh.
And for does, it helps them go into heat. So photoperiod, or the length of the days as the daylight starts getting shorter, it's largely responsible for rut timing in deer. But the presence of a mature buck in a particular area will actually make those does go into estrus just a little bit earlier, so maybe like a day or two earlier.
Huh.
When I read this, it made perfect sense to me, because have you ever hunted two properties in Cecil County? I know you have.
Oh yeah.
Where one, you're seeing all this action, and the other one, it's like, it's just not there yet.
Yeah.
I bet that explains why. If there's mature bucks present, it'll help the does get a little bit of a head start on their estrus maybe a couple days earlier.
Oh, so a little bit of foreplay, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought that was fascinating.
That is pretty fascinating.
I wonder if that had anything to do with us seeing all that rut activity so late last year.
See, that's a good question. Maybe it was a lack of mature bucks present, but also, I mean, you can't ignore the fact that it was fucking hot.
Yeah. It's like
Last year was a really hot rut. Yeah. So I think that was like most of what it was, but I mean, that could have been an aspect too.
Yeah.
But I mean, pretty much generally speaking, everybody was seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
All over the state, not just like local to us, you know.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It sucked.
Yeah, it sucked pretty bad.
It was
miserable.
miserable.
I think I got my first couple bucks on camera like in November, just because it was so hot and nothing really was clicking.
Yeah. When it's it makes you really appreciate, because I mean, we know through science, like, which is awesome that we have these things now, that the rut occurs at the same time every year. But there are factors that can manipulate its like when it's really hot, or like whether or not all the action's going on at night. If it's hot during the day, they're not going to move a whole lot during the day, you know. But that don't stop the show. The show still goes on. It's just going to happen mostly at night. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. When temperature drops, and it takes a deer more energy to move during the day when it's extremely hot than it would be to move during the night when it's a little bit cooler.
Absolutely. And their life is all about energy conservation and staying alive.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
Hell yeah.
So Johnny, I know you got out a little bit this week.
Yeah. Seen plenty. I told you I was going to hunt at Port, and you were like, and I told you I was going to hunt, and you were like, there's no trees in there. And I was like, bullshit, I'll fucking see for my goddamn self. I found one tree, and I was maybe 9 to 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to wrap it up. It was getting pitch black, and this doe comes down this trail, and there's trails everywhere in there. You know where I'm at. Yep. And I was like, she's going to bang a left, bang a right. She's coming right towards me. Yeah. And there's a trail that runs right underneath of me. Oh, yeah. And she comes right down that fucking trail. And she gets to maybe 5 feet away, looks right up at me.
No shit.
Yeah, you dirty tramp. So we stare, the whole Mexican standoff.
She's stomping.
Yeah. And she turns left. She doesn't blow. She turns left, and she's like 5 yards away. And I go to draw, and I don't have any felt on my goddamn arrow rest, so it goes, and she goes, and takes off
dang.
like 30 yards. And it's so dark at this time. She's perfectly broadside, but 30 yards, I didn't want to even take the shot because I couldn't see her.
Wow.
So I immediately went on my phone and ordered some arrow rest felt.
Yeah. I don't have any on mine right now.
Well, there you go.
Maybe I should put it on there, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I sit like more than 9 feet off the ground.
Well.
But, see, my concern is if I put this on, it's going to make me shoot higher.
Probably. How much more?
Like, you're looking at, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very thin.
Just move a little, whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I could drop the rest down a little bit. I guess it would probably be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, so you're not drawing down a sick stag and it goes...
Yeah, like you're trying to open a car door real quiet or, your house door.
I just fucking turn that bow on myself. Fuck, that would suck.
So I got down and walked out into the soybean, and there was 8 does standing about 20 yards from me, of course.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful thing.
Too dark at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great spot, but there's just not a lot of good trees in there to climb. They're all like fucking tiny little trees.
Or they're just wrapped in all kinds of vines and
bullshit.
Shit. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to go a little north. And there's trees in there, but it's not where you really want to be either. Exactly. It's like it's a good spot, but it's better in there.
Yeah.
And it's like fuck. And I don't care if it's saddle, climber, whatever you want, and you're just not getting up.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gotten the same tree with my climber, but still, 10 feet's 10 fucking feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's hard not to get busted when you're 10 feet high.
Especially when they're walking right underneath of you.
Yeah. If they were 30 yards away, you might have been all right, but right underneath you at that yardage. Like today, I was probably about 20 feet up this morning. That little basket 8-pointer underneath me he had no clue I was there. He could smell me, like on my ground scent. Like he knew I had been there. But I got in real early this morning, like extra early, because I don't typically hunt early season this time of year, but it was the only day I could get out. So I was like, I'm going. And I went basically way, like kind of, well, I don't want to
triangulate where you went.
Exactly where I went. But yeah, I took a long-ass fucking walk so that I wouldn't fuck up, because early season, man, you don't want to walk to where they're fucking feeding. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I took the long way around. And it worked out. I mean, I seen this deer, and I some way off in the distance, but, maybe 6 years ago I might have shot this buck. But he's just, he was, honestly, I think he was a year and a half old. I really do.
That's crazy.
And he was an 8-pointer.
Nice.
Which, I could be wrong. He might have been 2.5. But still, like... He's got some great genetics. Like, give him a few years, dude. He's gonna be a hammer.
Yep.
So obviously, I let him go. But that was a cool hunt this morning. But last Sunday, which we didn't get to talk about because we recorded before that, I had my first hunt behind the house.
Oh yeah.
My new house, my new place, dude. It backs up to some public land. Mi casa, su casa. And trying to remember. I remember correctly here. I don't want to lie to you guys.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it was I think it was a morning hunt. No, it was an afternoon. It was an afternoon hunt. Yep. I did do a morning hunt there, but that's another story. So I went and I walked out, and this was the first time hunting back there behind my house. And I was like, I'm just going to go check this out. You know, I'm going to see, like, what's back here. So I go back there, and I start exploring. And as soon as you walk into the woods from my backyard, it's like some white oaks. It's like, oh, fuck, right on. Okay, this is cool. I'm like, maybe there's a bunch of white oaks back here. Start walking a little further, and you just start cutting, like, down towards a creek, and it opens up, and it's like, then there's, like, a thicket over here on to the, what would that be, the west side. And I'm like, I'm not even going to I'm going to turn around and go back right behind my yard, and I'm going to sit on these fucking white oaks. There's a fucking patch of them. And so I climb a tree, and I can see my back deck.
Nice.
Which is fucking cool as shit.
That's the American dream.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm less than 100 yards from my back deck. But I'm like, okay, it's a good spot. I mean, there's some sign here. There's deer shit, some tracks, a bunch of white oaks. Some of them are dropping. I'm like, I'm just going to see what happens. Well, about an hour, maybe a little less than an hour before sundown, a couple of little bucks show up.
Nice.
There's a little 4-pointer, a spike, and what I assume was a button buck. And they make their way over to me. I could have easily smoked any one of them. And I'm just kind of watching. I'm like, oh, this is cool. You know, I'm not going to shoot one of them. I'm not wasting a buck tag. And then about 10 minutes later, here comes the doe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, baby, you come over here where they were going. And you know, it's funny because when I moved in here, I say to Rachel, my lovely wife, and shout out, I think Dad be home soon. And so I tell her, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm probably not gonna like kill anything back there. I'll check it out, and unless it's like a really big buck, I'm not gonna kill anything. And
The first lie of the marriage.
I'll let the kids like shoot deer back there. You know, I don't want to like fuck up the backyard because I like to keep deer coming. You know,
You're a piece of shit.
and I believed this. I did. It wasn't a lie. But the first doe that walked in, I was like, oh yeah. It immediately changed my mind.
Yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah. I couldn't help myself. You know, I'm a fucking doe slayer. It's what I do. You know, I mean, what do you want me to do? You take white trash out of the trailer, take the boy out of the trailer park, can't take the trailer out of the boy, whatever.
Yeah.
So I see this fucking doe, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot her. She walks over, and it was a little bit of a shot. It was 33 yards where she was, and I just fucking let her have it.
Nice.
Sent that fucking
Sever right through her heart.
sever straight on through, double lung fashion. Just
nice.
Fucking, she took off, I don't know, ran probably about 50 yards, piled up.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you liar. You told me you didn't go 20.
See how the story changes?
Didn't go 20. Yeah, she probably went about 50.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, you know.
It was a good
watched
It
her
was a
drop,
good one.
right?
It was a good death. No, I didn't watch her drop because of where she ran,
Okay.
but I heard her drop, and I was like, oh yeah, we're good. And there was those little bucks took off because they were at that point they were like, I don't know, 15 yards to my right, and she was 33 yards to my like straight in front of me. So like they were actually closer than she was, but I wanted her. And but they took off when I shot her, and I mean obviously, and I heard her crash, and I was like, oh good, yeah, she's down. And then like I'm just hanging out, kind of giving her a minute, like hell yeah, I was fucking, I'm back, baby, I'm back. Like, you know, it's the first kill of the season is like, oh man, it's just like you got to get that monkey off your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get off my back.
You guys
Same.
know what I'm saying,
Same.
right? Like you just
Same.
want to get one in the freezer,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
It's like, then you get that one off, and it's just like, all right, let's go. You know what
Yep.
I mean? And so I had to do it. I had to. You know, what do you want me to do?
Right.
Yeah, hey.
And
Same thing.
so I heard her crash, and then like a couple minutes later, they took off. A couple minutes later, I hear a deer start blowing.
Oh, no.
And what that was is they seen this doe dead,
Yeah.
and they blew at her. And I've seen them do it before,
Right.
and that was just another like confirmation for me, like, oh yeah, she's already done. So I waited like another couple minutes, and started my trek down, climbed up, packed all my gear up, took the bow, walked over to where I shot her. It's like very little blood.
Well, you shoot shitty broadheads.
Oh.
Yeah. You know,
This kid.
I've never seen that with Sever. And, you know, I mean, I smoked fucking 7 deer with him last year.
And a couple Sika.
Well, I'm counting Sika.
Oh, okay.
But it's always like just gaping wounds and giant blood trails. So I'm like, I felt really good about that shot. I'm like, and then I'm like, I heard her crash. I know I did. And then those deer blew. So I'm like, am I taking fucking crazy pills right now? Like, what the fuck is going on? I know I didn't fuck that shot up. So, like, and I'm trying to follow this blood trail, but it's just little drops of blood. And I'm like, I'm just going to walk ahead. And so that's what I did. And I walked, like, where I thought I heard her, and there she was piled up.
Nice.
No blood at all, huh?
Almost none. I mean, it was weird. It was weird.
Nice shot?
Yeah, it was a great shot. I mean, it was a double
long.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. It was odd. Brian had the same exact experience.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
And so after that, I'm like, and I've shot a lot of deer, but I was like, I wonder if there's something like in early season that like they don't bleed as much. And I'm thinking back because I've shot a lot of deer on opening weekend, you know, fucking a dozen. And I'm like, I can't remember if I ever had like great blood trails or not, but I feel like I never had any issues with blood trails, but I couldn't find anything online. So I was like, maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know.
Yeah.
But didn't you say that when you gutted her, there was like
Massive amounts of internal bleeding.
blood.
Full of it,
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Her whole when I cut her open, I mean, just blood just poured out of her.
Here's the high shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little high.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep. But yeah, is that common amongst high shots? I didn't
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pulls up in them.
Yeah.
They drown to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
No.
yeah. You don't have to put it like that.
They die from hemorrhaging, obviously.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
their blood pressure drops
Yeah.
and they pass out
Yep.
and then they're dead.
Yeah,
Yep,
they don't
pretty
drown.
much. Yeah.
But it's I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they pretty much die of internal bleeding.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was a
And
little
dry.
high because I was high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Per usual. You know, so I was high, and so it was actually a little higher than I thought because, like I said, I ranged her at 33, and I didn't move my pins.
Okay.
So you just aimed a little higher and
Yeah, yep. And
Yep.
I aimed a little high with my green pin, and that's something that I've been doing lately. Is I've been practicing shooting with my pin on 20, and guessing yardage.
just like stepping back to 30-ish.
Yeah, and shooting with my green pin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like my green is 20, and then my red is 38. That's where my pins are. That's the spread on my pins.
Gotcha.
So like if a deer's at 30 and I just hold a little high with my green pin, it's a good shot.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
and I've been doing it on the target, and it's just like one less thing to have to worry about.
It's definitely a good practice.
Yes.
And also just guessing yardage.
Right. Absolutely.
I listened to a podcast with Levi Morgan on Cam Haynes' podcast. Did you listen to it?
No.
It's a good podcast.
Yeah. He
And-
just sits at work and just chills out all the time. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
like,
know.
go knock on the window, and he's sitting there going, "What?" And I'm like, what are you doing?" I was trying to take a nap, but you like ruined it. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
It was one time.
The
this
days
one
I
time,
get flooded
Next
with
time I know, I'm getting the finger, as it goes by and stuff like that.
the days I get flooded with Instagram reels.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
absolutely.
he must be bored.
Yeah, he was bored. He was bored.
Those are my slow days. Yeah. So I fucking listened to this podcast with Levi Morgan.
Yeah, Levi Morgan.
And he was talking about, so like in competition they don't have a yard or a rangefinder.
That is
and
correct.
guessing yardage.
That is correct.
And it's just like listening to him do it, and he's talking about we're talking about 1 yard. He's like, was it 37 or is it 38? And it's like, you're that fucking good at guessing yardage. It's like
I
that's
just want to get within 5-yard increments.
Yeah,
and I'm
absolutely.
like, okay, I gotta get better at this because I am nowhere near. I mean, obviously it's fucking Levi Morgan, but I am not that good at guessing yardage. And I'm like, I need to practice that more. So I've been just putting my rangefinder away and shooting in the yard with just my bow
And his glasses.
Yeah, of course.
His glasses. Gotta have his glasses.
Yeah. And my sex swing.
Your sex swing, yeah. But yeah, majority of the 3D shoots that are up at the Great American Outdoor Show, they will not let you use the rangefinder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all guesstimate and stuff like that.
Which is wild. And he was talking about like how he guesses. And it's not really a guess, it's a calculation.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, it is, they eyeball it a little bit, but a lot of it is off of, like, he was saying, like, the sound. So if you go first, you're kind of fucked, but the sound of how long it takes before someone, and he's like, because everybody's shooting about the same speed.
Yeah.
It takes before their string and it hits the arrow. He's like, I can time that to see, like, how far it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then, like, a bunch of other shit, but the point is, like, I think that's something that I haven't practiced enough, and I think it's worth practicing, is being able to guess yardage on the fly, because there's nothing worse than having a deer come in to an area that you didn't range a tree in, and you're trying to fucking range the deer before you shoot it, and it's like, what if you could just not range that deer and just be confident in the distance and just shoot it? I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to do that, but I just feel like it's a valuable thing that if I have to take a shot on the fly to be able to guess distance fairly well.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They always seem to look further than what they really are in the woods, though.
Yes.
Like, I've guesstimated one at like 50 and shot like 9 feet over its back.
Yeah.
So
that's a thing, and I think height plays a big factor in that.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like, if you're really high, they look way farther than they are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is a problem, because I like to get like at least 20 feet high.
yeah.
So it can, if you're 25 feet high and the deer's 20 yards away, I mean, that deer might, to the eye, it might look like it's 40 yards away, but it's not. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And that's something I've definitely noticed. That's a downfall to getting high, and there's two downfalls, that and shot angle.
Yes.
If they're close to you, then your shot angle is real iffy.
Yeah, you might single lung them.
Yeah, it's definitely very acute, their angle of geometry there.
Yeah.
Yep. Using math and shit. So, Travis, I
What's
hear
that?
you're going down to do a little sicka hunting, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yep, I'll be down there October 7th. Probably morning, probably all day, actually.
Yeah. We'll be leaving then, right?
Well, I'm leaving probably October 8th, but
Oh, wow. I'm probably leaving October 2nd.
it depends on if I'm tagged out.
If I kill a second deer, I'm leaving.
I know. I know. That's why I'm driving. I'm not riding down with this motherfucker. As soon as he gets one, see you later. I'm like, well, I haven't even chilled one. Yeah, man, I'm leaving.
I'll probably stick around for at least 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. I'm if I tag out early, like, I'll probably hang out for a little bit. Like, might like come join a few hunts with y'all, but if I'm tagged out by Tuesday, I ain't staying till Saturday.
Oh, I get
you know what I mean?
I got you.
Now, that's wishful thinking, though.
Yeah. Well,
See, I had all this success last year, and I don't want to let that get to my head, because I know how hard these things are to hunt, and I will just be happy to kill 1 or 2.
Yeah, because you got, what did you say earlier? Me and Zach at work talked that you said you got a deer on opening day every year the past couple years. And
3 years.
Yep, and then this year you got.
I didn't
get one.
I might have jinxed myself, because
I think you did.
I said that ahead of time. I was like, I'm about due to fail.
Yep,
And then I did
you
this
got
year.
it. Yep.
You know, because you can never, this shit ain't ever, I don't care how good you are, I don't care, you know, unless you've got fucking 500 acres and you got feeders out, you know what I mean? Like, if you're hunting not over corn, free range, whitetail deer, you're never guaranteed to kill a deer. Ever.
True.
You just don't know what they're going to do.
Yep.
And even over corn, you're not guaranteed to get out there and shoot a deer. I mean, your odds are
A little bit better. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, for sure.
But you just, you know, you're talking about anticipating the behavior of a wild animal, and you can only be so good at it.
Yep.
And then even if you are really good at that, then you still have the human error aspect of it. You haven't shot an animal in 9 months, And now you got one in front of you, and you're fucking shaking.
Oh,
Your dick's
yeah.
so fucking hard it hits the bottom of your cam, like fucking knocks your fucking bubble. You know,
Yep.
like it's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I know what you're talking about.
So, have you ever been sick of deer hunting before? Do you
No,
know what
this
you're in
was
for?
this is my first time sick of deer hunting. So, Seth will tell you, I was actually working for Cabela's for a couple months.
Okay.
And
Purely for the discount.
purely for the discount.
I've known a couple
yeah.
people that done that.
Yeah, it's pretty extraordinary. It's pretty very nice. Pretty amazing actually.
Got a lot of good shit.
Yeah.
Thanks, Travis.
Yeah, you're welcome, guy. Yeah, you're welcome.
I reached out to John. I told
I
him.
know.
Yeah. So my supervisor, actually, his father-in-law owns 180 acres down on Blackwater.
Damn it.
Yes. So I've gotten pictures of them. He's got feeders and stuff like that.
Okay.
So when Seth sat there and told me, he goes, yeah, you got these people that have public land hunting and then people with private land hunting, then I'm just like, yeah, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. Because, they're all at the feeder and everything like that now.
I'm in the break room bitching about
These fucking losers.
these fucking guys, man. They got these feeders set up and all the
Yeah,
fucking
all the
deer
feeder.
going over there. And Travis is like,
Yeah. All I said was, man, I'll be down there October 7th, down there for sick of deer hunting.
sitting over a feeder.
Sitting over a feeder.
So,
I can't blame you.
Yeah.
no, of course not.
No.
But he's not going to be going through the hell that we're going to be going through.
No.
No. Unfortunately, everything's got stands at it and stuff
Well,
like
hey.
that,
I'd do
would,
it.
I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I don't blame you at all.
It's beautiful country down there. God, it's beautiful.
I'm ready.
It is.
I'm very excited.
It is just it's almost like a different world from. It's hard to believe it's Maryland.
Yeah, 2 hours away.
Yeah.
It's just a totally different. It's
Yep.
fucking wild.
I love it.
That's
I love
awesome.
it. You're gonna have such a great time. And it's I'm not saying it's for everybody because some people just like don't care. And like my buddy Ryan, he's got a neighbor who actually he runs one of the big outfits down there that I'm not gonna say the name, but
Right.
he runs one of the bigger sick of deer outfitters.
Gotcha.
And he's like, yeah, they're cool. He's like, but I just I like whitetail, man. He's like, because every whitetail buck is so different as to like a 6-point stag is kind of just a 6-point stag. A 4-point stag is kind of like a 4-point stag. And I get what he's saying.
I can
Right.
agree with the
Yeah.
man on that.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't have the. I mean, it's kind of like
Characteristics.
same thing with elk. Like a 6x6 is a 6x6.
Yeah.
Right.
Like yeah, they're a little different, but they're pretty uniform in their antlers.
Yeah.
Unless you have
Yeah.
a real freak.
Right. Yeah.
But like for me, I love them both differently.
Yeah.
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? It's like it's
Absolutely.
almost like I have 2 kids. I have a boy and a girl.
Right.
They are different.
Right.
I don't
Sure.
love one more than the other. I love them both equally, but they're different. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So for me that's how sick and whitetail are, and because I could care less that a 6-point stag looks like the next 6-point stag. Because to me, I just still think they're just this majestic creature, and when they start ripping off, and it could be life changing for you because it was for me.
Right.
The first time I heard that bugle in Blackwater, man, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna hunt these for the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
I knew right then. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hunt these for the rest of my life.
It's I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't wait.
wild.
Yeah.
The first bugle I heard like up close was when we were getting ready to go out in the morning. It was still pitch black and one ripped off. We were still in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, here we go.
Oh, man.
It's legit as fuck.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
so
awesome.
cool.
And
And
that
then
is really cool.
Me and John seen a legit 6-point stag that I has to be every bit of at least 70 inches. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy was. I mean, it looked like a fucking elk.
It was crazy how big it was.
If I can get him or something even close to him, I would be.
I'm gonna shoot something. Something needs to come within 50 yards of me.
Yeah, that's about where I put it myself too. I mean, they are smaller, so it's a little tougher of a shot. So 50 is about my max on them little guys. But man, it's really cool to hear them bugle. I think you're really gonna enjoy yourself, and I hope you get one.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm very pumped up for this situation that I got brought into, and because all I hear about at work is, man, you gotta go sick. I'm going to Sickaville. I'm going to Sickaville. I said, oh man, I can't wait. If I get a chance, I'm going.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm very pumped up for this.
And I like it because like I envy Ryan a little bit because he's close and he can hunt them anytime he wants. But I also don't.
Yeah.
Because for us, it's like a camp. Like we go down there and there's like this camaraderie where we're away from home, we're traveling, we go down there and like it's just really cool to have this time together, all the guys, you know what I mean, and we're fucking getting after it. It's just it's cool, man. I think there's something archaic and like it's in our DNA as like just human beings. Like that's we've hunted for 70,000 years, you know what I mean, and that's what we used to do for a millennia, is hunting packs and groups, and like there's just something that is just, it just calls you, that makes you want to do that and get out there and get after it. It's just, I love it.
I think that's why people gravitate so much towards waterfowl hunting, because like you guys are just all together right in the mornings in like a blind, just fucking shooting ducks.
Yep.
I mean, is that why you love it so much?
Yeah, I like the fact that you get to talk,
Mm-hmm.
you get to camaraderie a little bit, and and then all of a sudden, you get a couple birds and coming in, and you're just like hunkered down. You're like, oh man, let's get ready to go. And then you're like, all right, get them, and then you just knock the shit out of them. You know what I mean?
I've never been. So.
It's awesome, especially right before sunrise. You're allowed to hunt right before half hour before sunrise. Mm-hmm. Just the fog lifting up, coming off the ponds or the river and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely a good adrenaline rush. Especially that, and it's that half hour before sunrise. You get that muzzle flash coming off because your gun's already oiled up, ready to go. Get that oil, and it's a blast. Love to take you guys if you guys are interested.
Yeah,
I'd love to go.
We'll go.
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've only went duck hunting once, and I shot at some.
Could
ducks.
you call that a duck hunt?
No. It was a shit show. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it on here because it's just. Yeah.
I got an enclosed trailer too with like over 2,000 snow goose decoys too as well. Yeah.
Oh, snow goose. I've always wanted to do that. Do they really taste like shit?
No. I mean, I make jerky out of them and everything like that. It's really good. Kevin, you guys had Kevin on here before. He loves snow goose hunting. I never seen him do so happy in my entire life when it comes to snow goose hunting. Huh. He is on fire when it comes to that.
What is the difference with snow goose? Like,
so they are they're a migratory bird. They go up to the marshes in Canada, up like towards Saskatchewan, and they migrate down when it gets really bad up north. They are more overpopulated than a regular Canadian geese. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to conservation season, it's like second week of February to April 15th. It's called No Plug, No Limit. Or you can pull your plug out, put an extended mag. I hold my Super Black Eagle 2 holds 10+1.
Jesus.
And
damn.
I have a tube. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Kevin brings his pump, but he's got a super Stoker M35 Creo white. It's a fascinating gun. But once you get into a huge slew of those, like it is awesome. Like can't hear nothing because it's just, and they're so loud that you could empty your gun and holler and say, "Hey, they're coming back!" Reload, and we're banging them out again.
Jesus.
They're just, sometimes they can get stupid. Sometimes it's an awesome adrenaline rush. It's pretty wild.
damn, that sounds pretty fucking cool.
I've never been. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Duck hunting, all that shit. I've never been.
Yeah.
No.
Kevin,
That's what I need, another addiction.
Yeah. It's a little pricey. It's a little bit more pricier than deer season, but it's worth it.
Especially now. How much is a fucking box of rounds?
Box of shells. Box of shells. I mean, they're like $25, I think, a box.
Almighty.
I got plenty.
I got a good bit of rounds. Yeah. I got a Weatherby SA08. It'd be perfect for shit like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just normal seasons. One a chamber tune, and run your plug and stuff like that. But there's nothing better than running 10+1.
When does that start?
What's that? The conservation for snow goose.
Yeah.
Conservation snow goose runs usually the second week of February all the way through April 15th.
So it's not even in deer season.
Exactly.
No.
So, we should do that.
It's right after deer
Yeah,
season.
We should do that.
My wife like kills me every time because she's like, I thought deer season was over. I'm like, nah, waterfowl's still going. Conservation is ready to go.
We definitely need to do that.
You get to sit in all white.
Yeah.
White sweatshirts and stuff like
Now
that.
we're talking.
Yeah. White sweatshirts.
I think my uncle's got a suit I could use.
Yeah, everybody. A lot of people use tie-back, lay in tie-back suits in with snow goose and
Just
stuff.
lay in the middle of a field.
Yep, pretty much, and put snow goose rounds around you and stuff like
So
that.
let me get this straight. You and a bunch of your buddies dress up in all white and go lay together in a field.
Yeah, we play like a bunch of marshmallows playing rub and tug. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I think you're in.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I was gonna say sign you
me
up.
up.
You look like that guy.
I'm sold.
Sold.
Do you use a dog or?
I have a dog. His name's Jax. He's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I heard about yours. Yeah, sorry about that.
She was never. Well, she was a Labrador Retriever, but
Right.
she wasn't a retriever. She was
Gotcha.
gun shy.
Oh,
So
okay.
she was my baby.
Sure.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. You know, a dog that you have forever it sucks.
Yeah.
I
wasn't
had
fun.
my dog. She was water shy. My first chocolate lab. She actually got hit by a car on my wife's birthday.
Oh boy.
So that was pretty messed up. And then I got Jax, and Jax has been so far. He's a little whiner, but he is a little hard headed. But definitely does pretty well. He loves the water. He listens pretty well.
Good.
That's cool.
Well, now I'm excited for fucking waterfowl. God damn it.
Yeah, see, I mean, I tell you guys, like, it's pretty wild. I got an enclosed trailer, like I said, 2,000 plus decoys, Canadian decoys as well. If you guys want to roll, just let me know. We just get your public land permit, like you guys probably already have that, but I can put in for it. And I also got a pit on the end, 2 blinds on the Chester River this season, so
Hell yeah.
we can knock birds out if you guys want to do knocking some birds. So
I'd love to join.
yeah, the second split of the waterfowl season, my wife definitely hates because I am in the blind at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I am off the deer hunting about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So she doesn't see me at all. So she hates me very much.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Until I get the honey-do list when I get back. And I am surrounded by crap.
Yeah. Well, like I could, like today, I went out this morning. I could have stayed out there all fucking day. I really could have. I just love being out there. Love being fucking in the woods, man.
Oh, I do too. It's definitely relieves the stress, anxiety.
Oh yeah.
Take deep breaths. I mean, not too loud, but you know what I mean. They'll be huffing and puffing over there. You know what I mean? But it definitely eases the pain.
Yeah. Of the misery of the old 9 to 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, if I didn't hunt, like I'd probably just be an angry person.
Yeah.
I mean, I got like other hobbies and shit, but man, there's nothing like and there's like all these studies that show it too. Like just spending time in nature itself is it's good for you, man.
It's therapeutic, like you always like to say.
Yeah, it's therapeutic.
It is. Yeah. I go out there and just think and like just decompress after I just sweat my nuts off getting up the goddamn tree.
Thinking about how much of a piece of shit you are for fucking drinking the night before.
My heart is pounding. Yeah. So dehydrated.
Wishing you didn't forget the water at the trunk.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, I mean, shooting your bow and deer hunting is one stress reliever, but shooting your gun at like
that's another
sunrise is like amazing.
Oh yeah,
imagine, holy shit!
And then smelling the gunpowder coming off, like oh gosh, it's hard just thinking about it.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
it is amazing. And then as soon as you get one and you go out and retrieve it because the dog's playing stupid and can't find it, and then you're going out there, you're like, I got one. It's awesome. Like there ain't nothing to it.
That's
like,
sick.
They taste hard.
Yeah. I breast out my ducks and stuff like that.
Ducks, I like duck.
Yeah, duck's amazing. Goose, if you put a bunch of goose breasts in a crock pot, you put barbecue sauce with it, you can cook it down. It's like almost like roast beef, really.
Damn.
Like it's lean. Like there's barely no fat whatsoever. It's just like what do you want to call it? Like deer from the water kind of thing.
Okay.
It's very
like
lean.
Water,
very lean.
Water deer with wings. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't nothing like sick of, dude.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Those little things are delicious.
Yeah. I'm so stoked.
You got anything on camera, Johnny? As far as
I haven't put my camera back out.
No.
Yeah.
Mine's dead.
Yours is dead.
Yeah. I think I have one that's still alive, but I haven't gotten a picture on it so long I don't even know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's just that they just stopped hitting that camera. I don't know what the deal is. Ever since the corn went up, it really died off.
Yeah.
But
I tell you what, that 7-pointer I seen Tuesday or Wednesday, I probably would have deflated that motherfucker.
yeah, so he was a big boy, huh?
Yeah, he was like 30 yards from me, but there was no shot. He was pretty nice.
Really?
Yeah.
A 7-pointer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Probably would have let the air out of him.
He must have been pretty nice for you to say you want to shoot a 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just me wanting to kill something, and it was a buck on top of it. I don't know what it was, but he was pretty nice. He was out past his ears. He was real tall, nice tine length.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't discriminate. If it's a mature buck with some mass, like if he's fucking 6 points, if he's big enough, I'll shoot him.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't turn left.
Yeah. He has no idea. How close he came to death.
Right?
Isn't that a funny thing? that little buck today, like, I totally know what you mean, because, like, he's under my stand, and I'm, like, videotaping him and shit, and I'm like, man, I'm almost, like, willing him to be bigger. I'm like, I just wish he was bigger. Like,
I want his antlers to grow.
Yeah, I want to shoot him.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not going to shoot him. God damn it. But, patience, man. Because, like, over there at Port, the property we have permission on, there's some nice bucks in there. But we just don't have any really pegged that are, like, patterned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we haven't gotten to really get in there much, and it's shit's all about to change. By the time we get back from Sickaville, it's going to be a crapshoot.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be optimistic of what's going on.
Yeah. Or we get one pegged and patterned, and then gun season comes around.
Yep, then they're going to be...
Goodbye.
Yep.
You had that happen last year, so.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Yep. I had a 10-pointer I wanted to shoot. Muzzleloader rode around. He gone.
He gone. Oh, that's right. You were talking about that at work.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a young deer, too.
Yeah. He was probably 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But 3-year-old 10-pointers.
3-year-old 10-pointer, yeah. Next year, he was
This year would be huge.
yeah.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Well, I've heard, like, because of the drought, like, a lot of deer actually got smaller this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did have a lack of rain big time.
Yeah, the lack of rain in May and June when they do the most of their growing, like, apparently it's not had a great effect on deer a lot, like, all over the country.
Yeah, Iowa was another big one that didn't have a whole lot of rain, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, lean to
fucking hammers.
Oh,
out there.
gosh, yeah.
God.
No, we'll see. Annie Logic's with Lee and Tiffany, so we'll see if we can get out there with them.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
I'd be hitting on Tiffany the whole time.
Lead the fuck?
Back off, brother.
Take it easy, bud.
That and Mountain Ops, too. I got hooked up with them guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, if you could hunt any state for whitetail, what would it be?
Iowa.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
I need to start putting points in. Or buying points.
Yes.
Yep. You need to start fucking buying points for elk and PA, dude.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, I started, like, Seth got me hooked on that. I've been doing that, too.
Next year.
It's so easy. Like,
Yeah. He was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, you tell me what to do. I'll pay for it. Yeah, man, I'm down.
Fucking $10. Eventually, one of us will draw a tag.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'll go with you, even if I don't have a tag. It'd just be cool to go hunt them.
That'd be nice. That'd be
know?
cool. That'd be cool as shit.
We'll fucking camp. It'll be intense.
Yeah. There's no Brokeback Mountain, no point intended.
I mean, it'd be cool, especially to be able to hunt them that close. Like, it's a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
It's 4. Yep.
You know, it beats the piss out of having to drive all the way out west.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's different hunting them out here, too. But the fucking success rate's like 80%.
Well, when you only, give out so many tags.
Yeah.
Such little tags.
Yeah.
Well, I seen one guy on Facebook was saying it took him almost 20 years to get his PA elk tag.
I have patience. I was telling that earlier. I have patience, but I don't have time. Time usually takes out on patience.
If it takes me 20 years, I'll be 45 by the time I get an elk tag.
Oh, gee whiz,
Which
man.
would suck.
Yeah, it would
young.
suck. I'd be so old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to get
You'd
in the
be like
tree.
50.
Yeah, I know, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'd be 53 if I started right
I'd be
now.
55.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Glad I
me
started
neither.
a couple years earlier.
Yeah.
Well, so John, this lucky motherfucker, will draw his first year. He'll draw a buck tag or a bull tag.
Yeah.
Man, that would suck.
Guy we work with, Jim up in G42.
Yeah.
He just went out west and hunted elk. And this dude, he's like an old timer, man. He's probably, I don't know, what, early 60s?
I would say so, yeah, for sure.
If not, at least late 50s. You know what I mean? And he talks about like all the training he does for it. And he's like, man, I'm telling you, he's like, you got to train for it. You got to get in shape. And I guess they took one guy who was just not, and they ended up leaving him at the fucking trailhead.
Well.
And, but he was talking about like, and I would have not expected this guy to be like an elk hunter. He's like he's running a 3D printer that makes fucking missile parts and shit. I don't know how much I can really say about this.
Watch what you say, bud.
But
Air quotes.
Just kidding.
Yeah. If you want to see what we do, just go on their website.
So he just doesn't seem like. It just didn't strike me as an elk hunter, and he seemed like a shirt I had. And we started talking to me about hunting, and I was like, holy shit. And this dude's been going out west for years. So I'm just like, I'm asking him questions. I sat there and talked to him for like an hour. And fucking, maybe not an hour.
Stealing company time.
Yeah, because he doesn't really look like that person would be fit to even like hike these mountains and stuff like out west.
But he says he puts a fucking weighted vest on and goes out and hikes in Fair Hill and shit. Like,
wow.
Like,
very impressed.
Kate Maines Jr.,
Definitely can't judge a book by its cover, I'll tell you that right there.
No. And he went out to this unit. He said he's seen mule deer, he's seen moose, he's seen black bear, he's seen elk. But the one elk, so that most of the elk, the bulls he's seen, were actually outside the unit on the park.
Ooh.
So he couldn't hunt them, and he was trying to get them to come over, but he couldn't. He was there for a full week of hunting. He's telling me about this awesome fucking time he had. He's seen all these fucking, and
That's
just
awesome.
I was like, even though like you didn't get to kill anything, I was like, how do you feel about it? He's like, it was fucking awesome. He was like, it was like. It was just amazing. You know what I mean? Just hiking out
you can't
there.
Replace.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
awesome.
So, and I'm like, I could do that. I could go out there and not kill anything, and I would still have a fucking blast.
Yeah.
And that's why Ryan got himself a sick deer.
Yes, he did.
Damn, I
piece of
just gave that up. Ryan got
get one of those buzzers there.
Yeah. Ryan got a sicka finally after years of pursuing these animals.
Piece of shit, finally.
He finally got one. So one of the first things that he calls me when he got it.
Yeah.
And we talked for a little bit. But one of the first things I asked him was, I was like, all right, are you ready to go hunt some elk now? And he was like, next year, probably not. I want to hunt sicka again. But he was like, 2025, put it on the calendar. We're going to go out west. We're going to hunt elk.
Nice.
So fucking put it on your calendar, Johnny.
That's
so
too
2
fucking
years.
far.
That's 2 years, buddy.
You don't want to go hunt elk?
Yeah, you want to help out some?
I don't want to
some
drive
elk?
24 fucking hours.
Look, man, I'm telling you right now, I drove 24 hours to North Dakota to do the most amazing waterfowl hunting I've ever seen.
No shit. Jeez.
And it was me and another guy, and what we
Well,
did was
shoot birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to shoot birds. We got there in it's normally 24 hours. It was me and another guy. I would sleep. He would drive till the tank of gas was empty. I'd get out, fill it up. He would sleep. I would drive that whole leg. And we did it back and forth like that, and we got there in 23 and a half hours.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome. And the more you have more people you got, the less strain you have on each other.
Man, just fucking do it.
I'm not worried about the drive out. It's the drive back.
Oh, don't be a sis.
But if you you just gotta do it, man.
You just gotta do it.
How many things in life can you look at and be like, man, that is fucking something I would love to do, and have the opportunity to do it, have the means to do it, and one day you're gonna be too fat and old and out of shape, and you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I would have went elk hunting when I was 35.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's do it.
You'll regret it if you don't.
Let's do it.
Let's do it now while we're young, and
Yep.
then we're gonna end up like Jim, who's in his 60s and still fucking doing it because he loved it.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
And it just kept him doing it, and it's given him a reason to train. Like, I guarantee you, this old timer who's 60-something years old would not be going out fucking hiking with a fucking pack on if he never went
Absolutely.
and did elk hunting. He'd probably be
100%.
100 pounds heavier.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But because he found something that was just so fucking awesome, it's made him not only it's given him something to look forward to, but it's made him a better person.
Yeah.
'Cause it you know what I mean? Like there's value to that shit.
Oh,
Don't shy away from difficult things.
Yep.
Just because it sounds like it's gonna be tough.
Right.
I don't care about
Absolutely.
the hiking. I care about the driving.
Don't worry about the driving. Don't worry about the driving. Don't let
that
stuff
drive.
discourage
Okay,
you.
I'll put my shit in your guys' truck and I'll fly out.
Do not let it discourage you. If it's something that you're driven to do, do it.
Hell
Because you
yeah.
might not get another chance to do it in your entire
Very
life.
true. That's
Yeah.
very, very true.
Yeah, you're coming. You're
You
coming.
know, you're coming. We don't care. We're going to throw you in the back of a truck. And
I'm
we're
going to
gonna
draw a
bring you-
Pennsylvania elk tag and fuck you guys.
All right. fair
Okay,
enough.
so if you did draw an elk tag in Pennsylvania, do you stop hunting elk in PA, or would you think that you would be open to a new door and going, you know what would be freaking awesome to take a elk in Colorado?
Oh, I bet if I got a PA elk tag and shot one, I'd still want to go out west and hunt.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, just to see those aspens in the mountains and all that
yeah,
shit.
it's a different experience.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And it's like it's the same animal, yes, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
like John just said, the aspens, the western mountains, the Rockies, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, I want to hike through those motherfuckers where there's bears and mountain lions and
Wait,
fucking
what?
mule deer.
Yeah. What? Yeah, absolutely.
There's fucking mountain lions.
Grizzlies,
Outlets?
right?
Grizzly?
Yeah, that's something I'd like to do too. I would like to hunt grizzly.
I'm just not a bear guy. I've said it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Alaska.
That's where I would go.
Yeah, and hunt
Either
some
that
grizz.
or Saskatchewan to hunt a bear.
Yeah. I don't think
me
I'm
a
allowed
little
into Canada.
What's that?
I don't think I'm allowed into Canada.
No, he's not. You're not.
You're not.
Yeah, they won't let you in if you had a fucking DUI.
Well, I'm not allowed in
Jeez.
either.
Okay, I'm allowed there.
Yeah.
We'll wave at the boy.
Well, actually, hold up. We might have to rethink that one because I might not be allowed in Canada.
Okay.
I fucked
Certain places I'm not allowed.
Can't
in
go
Mexico.
within 100 yards of a school or something?
No, not that.
Fuck Canada, losers.
Fuck Justin
Mounties.
Trudeau, the
Like who
fucking-
the what's a fuck with a
I'm
Mountie?
sorry,
Get
I
fucked.
can't hear you over all my freedom. Yeah, fuck out of here. All right,
Yeah.
gents, we're well over an hour. Travis, you got anything? Where can people find you?
Rising Sun, Maryland. That's where I'm at.
Okay, where can they find you on like social media?
Oh, social media. Okay, my handle.
dude,
Ceciltucky Waterfowl and Whitetail. Instagram, YouTube, Ceciltucky Waterfowl Whitetail TV.
Hell yeah.
On YouTube. And on Facebook.
Right on.
We can hook you up with anything apparel or anything with anything with hunting, really associated with hunting. So it's Ceciltucky Waterfowl and Whitetail LLC, apparel and hunting accessories.
Fuck yeah.
So
Wow.
we can do. I also am a dealer for raw frozen scent. So if you guys are interested in some raw frozen scent, please let me know.
Anything raw?
Yeah, everything's raw. So it's pretty much how raw is. It's 100% pure estrus, deer urine, buck lure, stuff like that. That is flash frozen.
Mm-hmm.
No preservatives or anything like that. No water, no nothing like that. It's 100% pure. So they flash freeze it so it does not break down. So over time in the next 7 days, if you have like other brands of buck lures and stuff like that,
Like Tink 69
Tink
that's been
69
sitting on the
and stuff
shelf
like
for
that.
3 months.
correct. So that urine for one has a preservative in it.
Mm.
Two, it also natural deer urine has an enzyme, a special enzyme that will break down its urine let's say value over time, and is not as potent as it normally would be. So it would jump it up by flash freezing it pure and then frosting it down.
So you got that good shit.
Yeah.
Got that good.
Yeah, I got the good.
Okay.
Good. So if you guys are interested, let me know. I can hook you up with some of that.
Right
yeah.
on. We'll be sure to put some links to Travis's stuff on in the description.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming on, brother
Yeah,
John. You got anything
absolutely,
else?
man. I enjoyed myself. It was
Definitely
pretty
have
cool,
you back.
man. It was
a pleasure.
nice. Yeah,
Come
absolutely.
on anytime.
Thanks. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Peace.